Stranger Things season 6 coming soon.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting part of this environment is like, you know, we're really tested because we're not in our bloody fancy little rooms with our fancy little softwares and our little hardwares and our, you know, our own interfaces and stuff. So it's a bit of a challenge figuring out how this sounds.
Yeah, I'm missing something. I'm not in the pocket, as they say, and like I've got a groove, but this is a problem with getting stuck in like a 4-bar loop. Well, yeah, 4-bar loop is that you're just hearing the same thing over and over again, and then so it's like it's a cool beat and stuff, but it needs like some modulation, some movement. It's a cool challenge. I like this because it puts you in a completely different mindset with what you're trying to produce. It's almost like you're focusing more on the process than the end result, which is cool. Made a whole song, bro.
We are live in the house for a new show on the flats. Noisy Neighbours. Got two knights in the Coliseum to give this an experimental go. Welcome everyone watching on Twitch. If you can see us, hear us, hopefully. There's a few people there. We'll be looking at the comments. The idea is we're gonna do a bit of a podcast, but at the same time run a little beat battle. Roughly an hour. We'll come up with 2 beats, and I think maybe for this, the winner of this will be the official theme of the show going forward, something like that. Idea. So there's a lot on the line.
Nice.
Create the theme song. But yeah, guys, welcome. Thank you for coming in and giving this a shot.
Oh man, thanks so much. This is
excited.
Be really, really freaking cool.
Yeah,
I reckon.
thanks for having us.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
No, looking forward to it, and we'll see how we go.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Jay's one of the best unknown producers the world has yet to experience. So, formidable opponent in the arena.
Not at all. Very, very much an amateur. So.
And very handsome, which helps.
Thank you, George.
Couldn't have got 2 more handsome producers, I think, in Canberra. So, lads, what's the plan? What are we going to do here? How are we going to make this work?
All right.
And, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a freaking good question. So, yeah, let's set some parameters.
Yeah, I think, we can open up some parameters to the feed.
If anyone has like a specific idea, but otherwise I reckon I think it's good that we think of it as it could be the intro. So maybe it's like just, you know, whatever that comes to mind.
A drum and bass intro.
Yeah, well, that'd be sick though, knowing your stuff. Mustard flaps up.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good sort of parameter to start with.
Theme song vibe.
Keeping it,
all right,
themed. Or keeping the theme in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, any comments, we'll just try and incorporate that on the fly. It can be an evolving, like living.
An evolving beast, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a few people watching already, so that's cool. And if you have any direction you want the guys to take, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. My objective today is to prove that you don't have to play an instrument to make a song. Because I can't play any instruments. But Jay's a talented guitarist, but he's limited today. He's got his hands
I'm on
tied.
a laptop, so we'll see.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out to DJ M Bevs in the chat already.
DJ and Bevs.
Nice, DJ and Bevs.
And Bevs in the
beautiful
house.
Got a few synth wave requests.
Oh, okay.
Trance.
Synthwave, okay.
Yeah, here's one I prepared earlier.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lot of synth stuff. You know what? All right, I could go towards the synthwave direction.
Okay.
Bow, bow, bow. All right.
Synthwave. I think they said simpwave.
Oh, synthwave. Oh, okay. I can definitely do synthwave. But yeah, I'm happy just to start.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Just kick it off. Start with something.
Flick over to my headphones and then just
go.
All right, let's Let's go for it. So if you want me to explain what I'm doing, just let me know.
Yeah, yeah. Let's follow George's initial process here.
Okay, so to start us off, actually, since we're doing synthwave, I've got some like really cool like synth. Well, I've got a synthwave folder, which has some very synthwave kind of sounds. So maybe we'll start there, and I'll just literally. This is what I normally do, right? This is the secret to all music. Let's just go some piano, right? Let's go loops. This is just a website where you can just get free kind of samples, really. What's synthwaves for? About 80.
And is this a standard start for you?
Absolutely, yeah.
This is how any beat, no matter how long you're going to be working on it, whether it's going to be a Miroji hit, this will be the starting place.
Yeah, honestly, the majority of the time I go to Splice, and I'll just get kind of ideas from like chord progressions that I find or something. Because it's just a great way to just... So this is sounding pretty cool. But the problem is, this is my limitation. This is what I need to get way better at. Is because I don't play keys, I can't hear a progression and then just play it. So I have to cheat, which I'll show you in a second what I do. This is an open book. This could come back to bite me. So normally just get ideas, but because there's a time constraint this time, I think what I'm going to do is just kind of first clean piano thing I get, I'm just going to go with that. Might even go slow. Alright, I'm getting some ideas here, but I think I know what I need to do. Synthwave, look at this, boom, synthwave. Alright, let's just get the drums going first. Alright. So I'm just going to download that kick, and that's the kick I'm going to use for the whole thing. Alright, chuck that in here. Let's start with the drums. Alright, and this we need that big 80s massive synthwave snare with... I'll get that one, and then we'll chuck reverb on it to make it even fatter. Boom. Maybe even the hi-hat as well. And this will be really good because people that might not make music, there's like a moment where it just starts to come together, and that's where you keep going from. So hopefully this sounds terrible for a majority of the time, and then you get to that moment where it's like, oh, you know, this could be something. And you'll be as energized as I am, because that's... Don't mind that shake. So the other thing is you can get loops through Splice, but that's cheap. That's so easy mode that I'll avoid that, because that's honestly what I normally would do. So here we go. Oops. Oh, I've also got this bridge thing, which I should be using, but that's okay. All right, so...
Jay, what are you cooking up over on that side?
I'm working, well, usually how I start. In fact, I don't have a specific process for how I start. Usually I'll just pick a random sort of instrument or a aspect of the track. So in this case, I've just chosen to start with the bass, which is kind of like it's more like a dystopian, like cyberpunk kind of bass. Again, just from a pack on Serum, the sort of plug-in synth, soft synth, and just going for that sort of, what do you call it, like a Blade Runner kind of vibe coming into it.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty typical of the sort of sound I make, which isn't super, I guess, mainstream, popular, but I like it. You know, it's dark, it's brooding. It's probably not fit for a theme song, but that's cool. Once we had some drums and a groove, that might get something going. But speaking of drums, I've dropped a Noisier sample in. So Noisier, one of the sort of greatest electronic production groups of all time, I would say. Super clean, super tight production. They released a sample pack on Splice, which I guess if you're not familiar with it, a lot of their sounds kind of like really sort of heavy drum and bass, dubsteppy kind of drums. What I've done is drop one of those loops into just a processor, a sample processor basically called Simpler. And then I've added a thing called the Max for Live effect called MDD Snake, which basically randomizes the notes that play from a sample. But because it's a drum loop, the notes are actually drum hits. So if I just sort of solo that, it's going to just play random hits. But the cool thing about MDD Snake is you can randomize it as much as you want. You can randomize the notes that play, the hits. You can randomize the velocities, so the volume that each hit plays at. And you can customize a whole bunch of parameters, but obviously with a tight time frame, it's pretty hard to sort of go through all that and find the right beat. So I'm just going to go through, settle on a beat, and we'll find something that works, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, we'll try to flesh that out a bit. Like George was saying, sort of just comes together at some point, and then you feel like you've got an actual track rather than just notes and bars on a screen. That's probably my process because I don't have any theoretical background with music, and Ableton's realistically just ones and zeros. So yeah, we'll see what we can build out of it.
Solid start from both. George, sounds like you got something developing over there too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of like mood it wants to be. All right, so just gonna so basically I just figuring out
It's so hard to...
Yeah, it's a bit harder than I thought it would be to
think
talk
about
into
it
but
and talk about it, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's
going
like
for-
the celebrity chefs, you know, like you
Yeah,
gotta cook
that's
and,
right.
and
Gordon,
talk.
Well, they have
So-
about 6 hours to film those things, don't
Gordon
they?
Ramsay's actually, I've just got a newfound respect for Gordon Ramsay specifically. What an angel, honestly.
We're just working it out, you know, feeling it out.
That's
For
it.
this first ep, it doesn't really matter what we're doing, what we come up with this time, but it's looking sick. People are in the comments, so it's good.
It better be nice comments.
Yeah, all love. We got some comments about your specs, your Clark Kent specs.
Oh, nice. Yeah, budget Clark Kent.
Still listening to George for those at home.
Just adding some
Definitely taking some shape.
cool little ambient ambient stuff there, just to flesh it out a bit. Thing is, you can add whatever you want, right? And then all you got to do is you just put what's called a sidechain on it, and then it sounds cool. That's really all you got to do. And the sidechain just makes it bounce with a kick. So. All right. And now we can add some leads. And obviously the most important thing with synthwave is a sick sounding ARP. So I'm going to go to my synthwave thing here. What do I got? Yeah, okay, this will be good. And then just lay down some chords. So what's the go here? All right, boom. And it's just that easy, fellas. That's all you got to do. You just
I've always sort of wondered, because I've not a musical bone in my body, like how you guys do it so quickly, like that you can. But when I came up with this idea, I was like, is it even possible to do something now and just like easily like churning out something cool in a quick time?
Well, it's kind of like I think it's kind of I don't know if it's from playing games and stuff, but I actually kind of look at it like it's mostly, for me at least, mouse and keyboard, which is, I'm quite proficient at cutting and chopping stuff. So it's kind of like, I feel like a lot of musicians that go on to produce probably just want to naturally play everything in. And then if you're playing everything in, you're recording keys and maybe you're recording instruments and maybe your drums and stuff. And that takes time. But if you can't do that, you just have to use your mouse and keyboard, which actually I think is, funnily enough, like just faster than actually being good at instruments. So get that up, yeah. Use those. Whereas Jay can probably speak to that better because he is good at both.
No, I think the thing that probably separates people like more myself than George from pros is that they will have an idea and they'll know how to translate it almost immediately. Like if they want to make a particular sound, like a pad sound or a certain drum sound, they can sort of visualize it, even though it's sound, and like visualize the steps to get there. Whereas for me, it's honestly just like a process of trial and error with everything. Some things I do are completely sort of mistakes and they sound good. And that's probably true for anyone, but that's more common in my process than actually going, okay, I'm going to do steps 1 to 5 and get to the end sound, which is really tough. So, you watch a lot of tutorials and like you can follow them step by step, but then you can almost, like for me, I can only really apply that to that specific sound. I struggle with synthesis in a broader sense, but yeah, it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice, and I'd say I've come a long way. But end of the day, using good samples is still kind of like my approach, because I'm not a musician in that sense, more just like putting sounds together.
And Jay, how did you get into making beats? So you've been in bands a bit.
Yeah, like loosely. Never really had a sort of consistent band experience. More just back in high school, college, playing at gigs and sort of random school fates and things like that, I guess. But playing guitar and playing in a jazz band, actually playing saxophone, sort of got me into the musical like world as a player. And then honestly, I think what got me into electronic music production was just the portability of it. Having, you can't really take a guitar everywhere or take a saxophone everywhere for different reasons for each instrument. But it just makes more sense to, you can take a laptop pretty much anywhere and be on a plane somewhere or a train and just, make music still and create. And that's what I like about it, is the creation aspect. I've never really released anything because I'm just not at that point yet. But I still enjoy just making sounds and tracks. So that's enough. And that has kept me in it, even though sometimes I'll go like 3 or 4 months without working on anything just because it's not my job. So it's a hobby.
All right. We're starting to take some shape here. All right. Where am I going here? Boom. Probably not there anyway.
Is that my laptop going into hyperdrive or yours?
What was that, mate?
My laptop is just the fan.
Oh, yeah, the fans are going. Yeah, the
is
fans
dying.
are all right. With the mic and stuff.
About to catch fire. Get these fucking beats.
That's it. It's the beats. It's not the, it's the quality of the fucking beats. Time to really flesh out these chords, make them nice and lush. What's a
Not liking this at all.
all right? Let me know if you're on me, and I'll
Yeah, we're hearing you.
All right, cool. So I'm just basically just adding bass notes to these. I'm just gonna flesh out these chords a bit more. Then I'm gonna put a fat chorus on them, and the chorus effect just basically makes things sound like really how would you describe a chorus? Oh, Jay might not be able to hear me, but chorus effect just really like lushes up sounds, especially with like the kind of stereo. So this sounds kind of cheesy now. I'm gonna make it even cheesier. Let's see. All right, let's. Actually, try different. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go through different kind of chord sounds, different synth sounds rather, to try and make the sound even more synthwavy. But I don't like this chord progression anymore, to be honest, because it's really fucking cheesy. It's as cringe as it gets. Doom. This is why it's good if you can find like an interesting chord progression on Splice, so you don't have to think about it. But unfortunately, this is where I'm going to have to think about it. But we're doing well for time, so I think I can afford to sit and...
plenty of time.
And
we also don't really have a strong time limit, so
yeah, okay, cool.
get it dialed.
Sweet.
All right, let's just focus on this then. Let's go up instead. So
Keep the comments coming. Join the chat if you want to set a spanner in the works for the guys. Just chuck it up and we'll see if they can work it in. Any criticism, critiques?
Oh, criticisms all the way, please.
Nah. We want these beats good.
We're making synthwave, so it should only be criticism.
Yeah.
Realistically.
No, he's Simp Boy, Simp. Yeah, Simp Wave. We took that and ran with it. So I know what this is going to be. Musicians in the chat freaking out. Like, what is this fucking doing? What is this guy doing?
Let's have a listen to Jay's at the moment.
Okay, I'm not liking the bass, to be honest. Doesn't fit what I'm going for now. More like a sort of garagey kind of beat, which isn't really wavy, I guess. It's not really. I wouldn't really tie synthwave or synthwave even in with garage, but we're here to experiment, create stuff. So
that's sounding good.
I may as well. I was just furiously clicking away. Classical musicians.
Sometimes I whistle to myself to make it feel like I'm kind of knowings of the musicings, but but I am not knowings.
See how these whistles are going back over with George.
Huh?
We'll see how these.
Oh yeah,
come
yeah,
listen to you for a bit.
Yeah, sure. I'm just changing these chords up a bit. Alright, so these are just the chords so far. That'll do. And I can actually...
Yeah. Get the build up there.
Yeah, so there's not really like a linear way that I kind of just in this hour I'm trying to structure it as I go, but would normally probably start with like the chorus, I guess, or like the drop. But don't normally make synthwave either, so I'm not sure if there's a better way. But yeah, no, this is actually so good though. I actually love listening to synthwave. There's a synthwave artist I like called Time Cop, who dropped an album recently that I really liked listening to. Still haven't got around to friggin' listening to Struggler by Genesis Owusu, but this random synthwave album I've listened to. What a fraud. What a
Call
fraud.
yourself a Canberran.
I know, unbelievable, dude. Holy shit. Time Cop, if you're listening, you know, I got you.
And also let us know in the comments how the broadcast is looking. Is it working? This is our first time doing it. We're seeing if you can track where we're at as we switch between the two battlers tonight. So yeah, let us know if this is
Aussie battlers
working.
All right, adding some. I have to get it like that. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I see. What I have to do. So right now I'm just I want every other snare to have a lot of reverb. So it's like doof, da, doof, bah kind of sound. So, but I'm for some reason struggling with some really simple. There we go. All right, that should do. And then I just do these ones.
Would you say Miroji had a signature sound when it comes to making and producing for Miroji?
That's a good question. I think originally, because the software that like Jay and I are both using is called Ableton, and I never used Ableton until last year. And I think all our first stuff, because FL Studio is the software that I used before, and that lend itself to being kind of more for like beats, as in like hip hop or trap beats. You can use it for anything, obviously. Whereas Ableton is kind of more regarded for, it's just an all round, probably the most popular like kind of software that people use. But it's the workflow changes that have kind of changed how now Miroji stuff's being made. So a lot of our newer stuff sounds different, but I think some of that comes down to, it's a lot of newer stuff that we haven't released either. So I think everything up until our latest track, Near, was made on FL Studio. And Near was our first track made on Ableton, and that was like future bass. Yeah, so it's like it's gonna be interesting because the new stuff we've got from Miroji is kind of, I can't even explain it. It's still a bit weird, but like it's kind of nice now having Ableton. I think it's just overall been an improvement to our sound. But yeah, it's definitely the software you use and the way you think about making music, I think is a big, until you maybe like really, really proficient at something, it's kind of going to dictate your sound. What do you reckon, Jay? If you heard that, you might be in the zone. Sorry. Yeah, he's in the zone. I was just talking about how like the DAW you use influences the kind of music you make. Like Shard, our other friend, uses this really random software called Reason, and he makes really
He makes cool music.
Yeah, he makes really cool
like
bouncy music.
Soul, neo funk, probably the best way to describe it. But yeah, like I guess like K Tronada, Jaipur, that kind of stuff. And it's a completely different workflow where on the user interface on that DAW you're actually physically on the screen connecting cables to the back of amps and hardware, like virtual hardware, I guess. And so it's a more tactile experience, whereas on something like Ableton it really is just for the most part, tracks on top of each other and audio files, and then whatever VSTs or like software you have obviously determines the sounds you can produce, but the actual workflow is significantly different than Fruity Loops or Reason. But then some of my favorite producers, like Cohen Sound, have, they started out on Reason and they now use Ableton, but they'll still resample and record sounds through Reason because they prefer the sound that effects produce in that DAW compared to Ableton. But then the actual, I guess, the functionality and the versatility of Ableton allows them to do things that they can't do in other programs, like what I was using before with the Max for Live plugins or effects. It's such a cool feature because those are user generated effects. Like people can just create and program effects or instruments and share them on an open source platform, and I can then download it and use their effects instead of having a I guess really commercial expensive plugin instead. So yeah.
Why don't we also pause for a moment and have a listen to what the other is doing?
True.
So,
flick over. That's a good idea.
Yeah, flick over. Let's get the preview of Jay first.
Yep.
And then a quick review from our opponent.
Cool. We going to me first?
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on. And
Oh, such a classic. Already such a classic Jade. Yeah, this is quintessential Jade kind of.
No, I've just sort of played those horns in
That's such
manually,
a
so I got to tidy that up, and I'm not really feeling the sort of single monophonic bass line. So yeah, I'll play with that. But
yeah,
I see
nice,
yours,
nice.
George.
I just
It's gonna
went
be
all in.
dancey. It's gonna be
no. I
wavy.
went all in on synthwave. Mine's just synthwave.
Yeah.
I'll just go from like here.
We've had it before you play that. We've had a few suggestions.
Yeah, let's hear 'em.
We want to from Honda. We got take it up to 220, 240
BPM.
for the garage.
Oh,
Your one, Jay, but that might have been an earlier rendition.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, because this at 240 would sound. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
What did I say? 120.
120. Yeah,
over
yeah, yeah. It's
140.
more. Yeah.
And George,
240 would have been.
we've got someone who wants to know your opinion on Martin Scorsese.
Wait, but it has to be Go-Go.
Maybe.
Martin
Sammy.
Scorsese.
Toby.
This is so random. I was literally just
It's very
watching
targeted.
Auntie
It's
Donna.
not random at all.
When I got home, I was watching Auntie Donna. And I was watching when they had this, I think his name, they had this comedian on, and he was just pretending to be Martin Scorsese. But well, not even pretending. And that's the last thing.
Toby is Go-Go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, Martin Scorsese, you know, what can I say? Marvel is cinema. As far as I'm concerned, Marvel is cinema and everything else isn't cinema. So that's where Scorsese and I disagree.
I haven't seen
A
Endgame.
shout out from Theo and Eleni.
Oh,
Hey,
that's so
guys.
good.
Thank you for watching. And yeah, let's give the preview of George's.
Stranger Things season
Yeah,
6
yeah.
coming soon.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Yeah, sick.
yeah, the hour time constraint, it changes how your workflow, which is an interesting thing. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm just gonna keep tucking away because I reckon
Go for it. I think we're roughly halfway through.
oh nice, okay. That's good. I think it was
And is this where you thought it was going to go when you started? Or is it kind of like you think of something and now you're trying to get to that point? Or you're more developing it as you go?
For me,
Yeah.
definitely not what I
Not
sort
what
of
you started
intended.
out
And
with.
I guess it's sort of what I was saying before about having an idea and wanting to get to that point. To get to that point, I probably had an idea in the first few minutes, and it's completely blown out because
Completely out the
I
window.
don't have that that sense of okay, I want to get to this exact sound, so I'll just it's probably a bad way of doing it, but often I'll have 30, 40 tracks and I'll just not be liking the sound, so I'll save it and I'll just start again, or I'll just delete half of them and change the BPM and get a different workflow going. But it's pretty, I guess it's pretty destructive, hey? What about you, George?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat the question?
I was just saying, my workflow will change so much over
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
the course of half an hour, and I'll usually work on stuff for hours, and often end up sort of back where I started.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely, 100%. it's yeah, it's really funny, and it's like I really want to know what it's like for the big producers out there, what they're like. I feel like
you.
Oh well, yeah. Wait, well, you know, I played a festival once, mate. So you showed me some bloody respect.
Stonefest.
So yeah, Flume, if you're listening, it would be great to hear what your workflow's like. I know you're out there.
Yeah. Also, while we've got Flume, if you'd like to come on the show, we'd love to have
Oh,
you.
no, he'd be.
Yeah.
Need this to be. This needs to be.
Nah, not liking it.
Maybe that's a bit. Yeah, Flume. I know you're out there. I'm gonna add the lead in a sec. Alright, and gonna make sure this cutoff comes in like this. So, how do I make this more epic? I think. Okay, so these ones.
Question all producers ask.
Yeah, how do I? All right, an octave up. That always helps. That's always a good one. Just take it up a bloody octave. Yeah, synth. And I'm just going to make this a different synth for the chorus, I think. See how that goes. Yeah, bomb buckle. All right. Let's see what we got. Well, that's quite nice. Alright, this is sounding pretty... So to clean this up, because I like this.
Thanks for the comment, greasy fat nerd. Nice one. Nice one.
Who said that? Who called me a bloody big man? Oh, buddy, I'm gonna come
No, that's how commented his name.
Oh, big fat nerd.
Greasy
Oh, okay.
fat nerd.
Oh, nice. Is that Shard? It's probably Shard.
It could be anyone, man. That's too good. Crazy fat nerd.
This is close to being clean enough, but I'm trying to figure out what's making it so. right. I'm just gonna.
My track isn't synthwave at all.
Oh,
It's
no.
like
Yeah, no, that's
funk.
mate, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's, no, that's fine. I think it's more interesting if we end up doing completely different things.
It's a problem with decision paralysis when you have too many samples, too many options and sounds and everything. You just, where do you begin?
All right, let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna try mixing this up. Yeah, bloody bomba clot. I'm gonna add this automation from these. $100 meters. Oh my god, there's so much going on here. I've got to bloody carve a space for it all. Let's see where this is. Oh my god, it's another big part of music production is kind of like the mixing side, which is kind of like when you get the levels right. Like you kind of everything has to sound good together in a sense. So the frequencies of the sounds can't clash and whatnot, and that's kind of really hard to. Well, that's hard in itself. That's actually like a big part of the job. But I think that's an interesting part of this environment is like, you know, we're really tested because we're not in our bloody fancy little rooms with our fancy little softwares and our little hardwares and our, you know, our own interfaces and stuff. So it's a bit of a challenge figuring out how this sounds. Like you kind of have to kind of step out and think based on what you're looking at, what does it really sound like? Because what we're hearing and what you guys are hearing is like not what it would really sound like, if that makes sense. So,
Like proper mixing.
Yeah, proper mixing. So like it makes it sound like it's you know, it's probably way yeah, it's not as clear as it should be. And then we have to kind of cater to them.
There's also just how it translates on different systems, right? Like I am guilty of never checking stuff in my car because my car's audio doesn't work, to be fair.
Yeah, you gotta have those references.
When it did, I never did it. And I don't really check on my phone. I might check on like a little speaker, but it'll sound so different through this interface.
Yeah.
I like earpods or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
AirPods
exactly.
even.
It's a different world in the flats, you know.
Yeah,
When
that's
you
it.
come in, it's just the pressure's on.
It's the trenches.
The pressure's on.
That's
The
it.
trenches, yeah.
That's it. So I reckon, this is definitely, I'm feeling the heat because if I don't get this right, my partner's told me I'm not allowed to come home if I don't win. So that's it. A lot of pressure on here. My livelihood. My home.
We haven't even worked out how we decide on the one.
I think we have to fight afterwards. It doesn't even come down to the music. It
Yeah.
comes down to physicality.
Yeah.
Physical.
A brawl.
Yeah.
We'll go show the neighbours next door naked. So.
Oh, can you turn that down, please?
All right, we've heard a lot of Georges. Let's
Oh yeah, sure.
head over to Jay.
Oh okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah, you don't have to worry.
All right, I'm out for a bit.
Yeah, I'm missing something. I'm not in the pocket, as they say, and like I've got a groove, but this is a problem with getting stuck in like a 4-bar loop. Well, yeah, 4-bar loop is that you're just hearing the same thing over and over again, and then so it's like it's a cool beat and stuff, but it needs like some modulation, some movement, which usually I would spend like a significant amount of time doing. So even modulating like a synth like this in, you know, if we just listen to this, I've put an LFO on it, low frequency oscillator, just to affect the cutoff, which is set to random. So it's just going to play random sort of frequencies of this note, but it's not really enough. Like I almost need to trigger it with something. So I might put a gate on it and see what that does.
So you're you're struggling through at this point, would you say, or would you say?
Yeah, which is just business as
Which is
usual when I
interesting.
make
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
Really just struggling through it, just scrapping through. I like the trial and error process.
Yeah.
I think some of the coolest things come from that. But it's sort of like, you know, professionals always say, oh, you need to know the rules and like know the theory to then understand how to like push the boundaries or break it. But if you don't know that in the first place, it does make it really tough. But you know, you get your happy accidents, which is cool. So I'll see if I can get something out of this.
Yeah, I know as a video editor,
Yeah,
it's kind of like I couldn't imagine someone watching me edit a video. 'Cause it'd just look like I'd have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Until it just comes out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't really have any idea what I'm doing as far as the end goal, but again, like I've never. It's a cool challenge. I like this because it puts you in a completely different mindset with what you're trying to produce. It's almost like you're focusing more on the process than the end result, which is cool. But you know, it's not going to be something I'd be happy to even, you know, share with people as hey, I'm working on this, you know, realistically.
Yeah.
The beat's cool. I'm happy with the beat, you know. If it makes people move or gives you a feeling or something, that's cool. That's the only goal with music for me.
Are you thinking of releasing
No.
some stuff? Like, not this, but are you looking at doing a project?
I'd like to. Like I have an idea, and it's just that translation thing. Like my, you know, George and a few of our other mates who work on music would understand that we, you know, you go through sort of phases of, oh yeah, I really want to like make this stuff and eventually put it out, and then, you know, when it's probably at like 80-90% of what you think it's going to end up being, it's easy to start questioning it. I think part of it's that you've spent so long in it, and I mean, even if you heard your very favorite song in the world on repeat every day for hours over the span of a few months, you'd probably get sick of it. So it's good to step away from it for a bit, which is why I'll take, you know, a 2-month break from music sometimes and come back and go, hey, it's not that bad. It's just I got tired of it because, you know, the repetition, the monotony of it. So yeah, definitely would like to, but there's no deadline on that. There was, which was August.
Keen
but
to hear it.
we passed
Keen to hear
August,
some
so
stuff,
we'll
so.
see. Yeah, we can definitely.
Get it.
We'll listen to some
Yeah,
point for sure.
George has been back on the keys.
All right.
we've had a comment that you're wearing the same shirt, George, that you were wearing last time.
Oh, really?
Here. Yeah, and they want to know, do you own any other shirt?
No, the answer is I don't.
It doesn't.
Actually, no, I have two. I have two shirts. It's this one and the other Archie shirt, which is black. But that's funny. Who picked that up? What's their username?
Big Bumbaru.
Ah,
Big
okay.
Bumbaru.
Big Bumbaru.
That's the bloody misso that's not going to let me come home if I fail. So of course she.
But you're planning to fail, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh no. That's it.
I lost.
I lost. Oh no. Oh bloody bullet and chain. That's very. Of course she'd notice that. What a cheeky little grub. Cheeky little grub.
And last time we were on too, speaking of releasing music, we talked about cruise control.
Yes.
We had a date that was miraculously pulled out of a simultaneous spurt of something.
Yep.
And there was the date, and the date came and went. What's going on with the spin-off side project, Cruise Control?
I don't know if Grant's in the chat. That'd help me right now because suppose it doesn't matter, but we're actually, funnily enough, doing our official launch tomorrow.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's.
Well, I've heard this before, so I'm not gonna.
What does that mean? Yeah, no, we're actually. I mean, so I suppose this is like, I don't know, it's not really like an announcement because the thing is like, it's like, you know, who are we launching to really? But yeah, no, we've
The world.
our world. So like we'll we've done our press stuff. We've got our first proper gig at New Year's Eve for this Yours and Our New Year's festival. And so we're officially launching our social media stuff tomorrow. So that's the
Exciting.
that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And then track wise, still need some time to figure out the track stuff. But we've got tracks ready basically, but we're going to get dates and stuff. We're not going to lock in a date now. Our manager will bloody kill us. No, we don't have a manager. but we're just really keen to start doing that kind of housey, dancey, garagey stuff.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, tomorrow is the official social media launch. So we've got some cool photos that we're gonna. That's really it. We're just, you know, putting our logos and photos out there, and then but that's it.
Any shows on the cards?
Apart from that New Year's one, nothing yet. But we'll nothing official yet, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll I think with this launch we're gonna start really putting some stuff out into the world for unveiling some secrets, I'll say. I'll leave it ambiguous so that
Exciting. Well, the chat is keen for both that and Jay to drop some of his
absolutely
some
this
of his
idiot
bangers.
drops some stuff.
In due time. Yeah.
But I reckon we're coming up to sort of, let's say, 8 minutes
Yeah, okay.
till an hour.
Sounds good.
Wait, what was that? Sorry.
We're coming up to 8 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
That gets us to an hour. We can go a little over, fine tune and that sort of thing. But start thinking about
All right.
Sounds good.
getting the presentation.
All right. Let me.
Fine tuning in 8 minutes.
Yeah. I reckon
Can
I'll
be
be able to
done.
get. Let's see how I go.
Let's check back in with Jay.
All right. I'm just adding some of those easy things to make it kind of a bit more epic. There's just a rise. It's just the kind of white noise you hear before a drop. It's just like a... Alright, so what I'm going to have to do as well is fix up that drop while we're here. I think I know what needs to happen as well. I think what I've built is actually like for the second part of the drop. But it sounds a bit weird when it comes in like that. Alright, let's see how this goes. If I just do this instead. Alright, just make some slight variations to this instead. I always end up having so many like synth things because I always make a different... I make like a different channel for every single slight variation to a synth or something.
Yeah, that's good though.
So
That's
I always
good.
end up with like
That's
a million different...
being thorough. Sounds like the start to Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yeah, that's what
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
doom, doom, doom. Yeah.
Ah, should have rickrolled everyone.
All right, coming in the final 2
Easy.
minutes.
I want to add like some... What am I trying?
coming up to our 10
Mhm.
seconds.
Oh wow. Okay.
Final touches.
Why don't you just try this?
And
Nice. All right.
That's
That'll
our
bloody
finish.
do it.
that's our finish. Well, solid effort.
Wow.
Solid effort.
Wow. That bloody end came quick, mate.
It can
Always
come
does.
together back home, but for now we've got to
Yeah,
got
going
to
anywhere
show.
back
We
home.
got to show. We've got to do the
Yeah.
final reveal, and see what we think. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. This is like ripping off a
Alright.
Band-Aid. So, where are we?
Your mic is.
We good?
You're good.
I'm good. Cool. It's probably actually not that much different from when you last heard it. I've just been twisting knobs, as they say.
Right, you got another one over here to twist. Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, dude.
That's pretty much it.
Nice.
At the moment, it's just a
Shit.
loop.
Dude, that's fucking great.
That's
loop
so
dog.
sick.
That's really good.
Well,
Cool.
Oh man, and you know what? The best part about that is that that is the quintessential Jay sound. So if you like that, and he made that in an hour, you should hear the shit that this boy
I
can
don't
make.
know. I don't know if that's the
Oh,
quintessential.
not
but
quintessential, but it's like, you know.
I think the swing maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. If
so
you, make,
good, man.
you made that in
Yeah.
an hour, oh, dude, you've got to release your shit. It's so...
I will.
Oh, man,
I will.
amazing.
Oh, you've talked me into it.
Jay's one of the most talented producers I've ever met. He's absolutely incredible. And we actually made a deal like
We did.
2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, that
Yeah.
when he turns 30, if he hasn't released a track, I'll just get the rights to all of his stuff. And he turned 30, and I was overseas at the time, so I was like, all right, when I get back,
Yeah.
that's it. Time's up. And I
Yeah.
suppose live on air, I'm gonna say I'm coming for it. Like
You
that's
can.
it. We shook hands.
I can debut the track after this,
Yeah, true. All right.
and then yeah,
And then
we'll
I can
see.
claim the royalties for it. But yeah, amazing. Well done, Jay. That was
Thanks,
a bloody
man.
ripper track.
Thank you. I see yours, man.
So good. Yeah. Let's see the next one.
so this is-
just wait. Oh, yep. You're good.
All right. So yeah, it was just. I mean, as soon as I heard synthwave, I was like, all right, I'll make synthwave. It's.
This is nice, man. So vibey.
Oh, hold on. I've got my master all the way down. Sorry. Sorry, I rather had that all
Just
the way
blown out the feed.
down. Sorry.
I like the reverb on the second snare. It's good. Nice. Sick. made a whole song, bro. Nice,
Yeah.
man. Nice. That's good. I was so fleshed out. I think that speaks volumes as to like you've got tracks and EPs and stuff out.
Oh.
You've done gigs and stuff.
Oh, look, I
It's-
think it was pretty.
You're so much more productive.
There wasn't much. Wasn't much to it. I mean, it was just the most simple freaking sounds.
Yeah, but simple.
But you've got like creative sounds. You know what I mean? And like, yeah. Oh man, yeah. I think we should
Oh,
definitely.
they
if
each
we
have their own
can,
thing, right?
If we can, you should definitely get some of your stuff live on air. Just to, I don't know, just expose.
If we
you.
want, we can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not mastered.
I mean,
But
but
you
yeah,
might have to do it if it's on, or do you have it on your computer?
Yeah, I've got it on my computer.
but yeah. Anyway, yeah, beat battle number
That's
one.
all
Well done, mate.
Well done,
Give me a
guys.
Us, man.
high
Yeah.
five. Well done. Yeah, very cool.
That was so sick.
That was very fun. I think.
Yeah, that was
awesome
fun.
to watch. Yeah.
I think.
It was highly stressful, but it was
yeah.
fun.
How was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the immediate reaction from you both?
Yeah.
I feel like if it's almost like I think it's hard to do everything on the fly. Like we obviously can do it, but maybe I reckon if we have some stronger like objectives, maybe it might give more guidance or something, or
Yeah.
if we can prep
Yeah.
something. But I don't know. I think that was great anyway. I think the other thing is it's easy to forget. Oh, not easy to forget. That's gassing myself up. We're not like, you know.
I don't
pros.
forget.
You know what I mean?
I don't forget. But yeah.
Well, it's easy to forget given the quality of the quality of output here.
I know what you mean though. Like you
Um,
put and that's such a big thing with comparison, right? Like comparing yourself to whether it's the sort of artists that inspire your sound or who you want to be more like. I mean, a lot of them have, you know, years, if not decades, of experience
True.
doing
Very,
it,
very true.
and they have not necessarily the best equipment because I don't think that's as big a factor, but they have time, and if
for
it's
that.
your career, it's like imagine how good you'd get at
Yeah,
something if you
exactly.
gave it 8 hours a day, like a normal 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well, yeah, funnily enough, Jade and I both protect the borders in different ways during
Yeah.
the week. So, you know,
that's right.
if we could direct that time to making music,
Direct.
mate, we'd be bloody.
Could protect our music.
We could protect the borders from bad
And that's
music,
it.
from country music. put a big stop on the border. No country
I
musicians
will.
allowed.
I think I've got it up the track, so
You got something else up, mate, with that quality.
let's see if this works.
Yeah, Jay, that's it. Chat, if you think this is fat, yeah, I don't know. I'll dox Jay and you can go throw stones at his window or something.
Still needs a lot of work, like the levels and everything, of course.
Yeah. This is good and bad one.
That's not. Is that breaking up for you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Might be that audio.
Well, I have an idea. Maybe just go on SoundCloud and let people listen to it. Like, why is it not on SoundCloud, dude?
Yeah, there's definitely something.
Yeah.
Yeah, technical side there.
Better.
It's a little bit better, but I think when the bass comes in, it might crackle again.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, maybe just give it a drop. I just put it on fucking SoundCloud so people can listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah. The people want it.
Oh. You can just tell how fat this is.
Yeah, that's
Through
what's
the-
up with
through
it.
the
Blowing
Twitch
the
stream.
flats as it gets out, you know.
Yeah, dude, that's it, Jay. So good.
Apologies for the the crackle.
Yeah. If you think Jay should release it, smash that Twitch emote. Can I get a poggers?
Can we get some?
Can we get a
poggers in the
poggers?
chat?
Oh man. Yeah.
They even put the tabla in there for Sammy and show
Huh?
the tabla, you know, the drums.
Oh right, yeah. I mean, they could just be playing it live at the shows.
I'll actually get them to record it probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is my advice to Jay that I've been saying for years, but to people making music in general, you just have to release it. It doesn't matter. Like, it makes no difference at the end of the day. Whether you release like, well, actually, so it does make a difference. The difference is you get all these years of like not getting your music out there, not getting a following. It's very hard to just drop and just be like a 10 out of 10. Like, you gotta let yourself grow.
Yeah, of course.
And you want people to grow with you. This is the roast of Jay Vlaz.
Yeah. It was always coming down to this,
Noisy
wasn't
Neighbours.
it?
The noise. Yeah, this is all a ploy. Rip off the thing. The roast of Jay.
Yeah. The audience behind the curtain.
Yeah.
The whole time.
The whole time,
This is intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually producer's anonymous intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Look, I reckon, just put it on SoundCloud. And yeah, I think that's something very insightful. That is one of my only like kind of unique perspectives in this. Is that when it came to Miroji, we literally just released randomly. Like, we just kind of just did it, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, it didn't really mean much to us because nothing suddenly magically happened. But it just enabled all these little steps. And it's just the first step is just releasing something.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to come after you with a bat. I'm not going to come after you to steal your tracks, but you just should release.
Yeah.
You should release. You're a very talented
It's
producer.
the intention. Like, I definitely intend to. You know, things get in the way. Usually just, the constructive process. But
Jay's
yeah,
a perfectionist.
Well, thanks. You've
So all those
put it
perfectionists out there.
for the public, for all 300 viewers, I'm guessing.
300,000, I think.
300, sorry, yeah, I was missing a few zeros.
But no, honestly, I think it's really, really important that you release stuff. Maybe that can be a nice little noisy neighbor wisdom of the day.
That's the key
That's,
takeaway.
Well,
Yeah, cool.
It's a total honour to have the first track out from Jay, and
Yeah, we'll call it that. We'll call it a release.
yeah, that's it. That's a
Yeah.
Pre-release.
Closest
Yeah.
thing you've come to a release.
and I don't think
It
we can pick a winner, or so we'll just go with both tracks and an opener
combine.
and a closer or something,
Yeah.
and call it at that. But yeah, that was unreal to watch. So thank you so much for
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
popping in. And
that was cool. That was fun.
Thanks
Yeah,
for having us.
it was really fun.
Fun trying to work out the best way to do this as well, because I think definitely so much fun, and there's so many different directions that this could go in that I'm excited to see how this grows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always happy to come back as well.
Oh, I'd love
yeah.
you back in, and yeah, we'll just see what happens. Really.
We'll come back after George finally played Coachella, and then
That's
which will be
right.
soon, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Next
and,
year.
and once I've released a full album,
Oh,
it'll be
God.
different. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Shout out
Thank
Time
you.
Cop. Shout out Flume.
Yeah. Get you on next, and thank you to everyone who watched and gave us some ideas
Yeah,
and
thanks
feedback.
for tuning in,
So
guys.
really
Appreciate it.
cool. There was lots of comments, so thank you very much.
Awesome.
And do you want to play one of your songs out, and we'll leave it at that?
Yeah, sure. I'll go yours, Jay.
Yeah, Jax.
By the time that loads,
Guys.
you can probably play the whole thing of yours.
Gotta press play.
Beauty. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.